everyone and welcome to another video from Colour with Claire. Today I'm going to be showing you a fantastic water background technique that one of my wonderful followers, Kelly Greenaway, showed us on my community group on Facebook. Now, if you haven't been on the group yet, if you just go onto Facebook, type the Colour with Claire community group, you'll find us all on there. There's loads of my followers, loads of you guys are on there already. We all share lots of pictures that we're working on. We share tips and techniques like this one. And also there's a lot of pictures on there that people have completed with tutorials that I've done on this channel. So if you want to go and have a nosy, it's a lovely group. Come and join us, you'll be most welcome. Anyway, back to this. So a couple of days ago, Kelly put on the group this beautiful picture by Hannah Lynn that she'd coloured in with an astounding water background, which you should be able to see on the screen now. And we were all, I think, blown away by it on the group, and we all just wanted to know how we could do it, what colours to use and what technique to use. And Kelly was generous enough to come back on the group and actually post a step-by-step in picture format of how she coloured it. Kelly's also given me, very generously again, her express permission to make this video with her technique and show you all how to do it, just to get the technique out there a little bit further. Kelly doesn't have her own YouTube channel or social medias, anything like that. So I'm basically showing you Kelly's tutorial and just getting it out there to the majority of colourists that watch my videos. So we'll begin. Now, what you have to do is start off with a colour that's either very similar to this or exactly the same. It's the light green PC 920, so you need to either find this in your Prismacolor set or go and look for a very similar colour in any other sets you're using. Now on your background, obviously I'm doing this on a piece of card here, a small area, so that we can demonstrate the technique. You need to draw loads of little blobs. They don't connect, they're all going to be separate from one another, and they're all going to be completely random in shape. So we do want to have a space between the blobs, so we don't want any of them to connect, and we want them to be as random as possible. So this is basically what we're going for. You can refer back to Kelly's gorgeous picture if you want to have a look at the kind of shapes that she's put down and the position of those shapes, but really it's just completely random how you do it. So you can have kind of longer ones, try and fit them into the grooves of the other ones so it looks, you know, like they're all part of the same entity but they are separate. And just any kind of pattern that you can think of. I'm not even putting any thought into it whatsoever, I'm just making sure that we're filling the gaps. So obviously you would do this all over your background or in the area that you want the water. I'm just going to do a small area for now so that we can demonstrate. You're then going to get this colour here or similar. This is Cobalt Turquoise PC 105, and you're going to colour a very small amount in the centres of each little amoeba, I like to call them, because they do look very germ-like, don't they? So colour in an area in the centre, remembering to leave enough room inside the blob for two more colours. So don't do this part too wide. This is just the very centre of each blob. Now you can do them in different strokes, different ways. That just adds to the movement kind of look of the water. Now once you've done that, you're going to get the next colour up, which is the Aquamarine PC 905, and just go around all of the areas of dark that you've just put down. I'm using this circular scumbling motion so that we are blending quite nicely into that centre area. And again, just leaving enough room for the next and final colour in the blob. So we're basically just surrounding that inner area. Now you don't have to be the best blender in the world. Obviously this is water. We're trying to indicate movement and, you know, that kind of shimmery look. So don't worry if you're not perfectly blending it. I know I'm definitely not. Just as long as you are covering all around that first initial colour. Okay, now the final colour to put inside our little blobs is the light aqua PC992. And again, we're just filling that all in right up to the lines that we put down in our first step. So filling the entire space. This would be a really good technique to do with different colours as well if you want to try a different palette, maybe slightly less aqua, maybe more true blues or even purples and lilacs. I think this could make a really nice background even if you're not intending for it to look like water, with all kinds of different colours. We're always looking for different ideas for backgrounds, different patterns, like the last video that I posted with 3 different patterns there that you can use. And this is again quite an abstract pattern, so it can be used on a multitude of colouring pages, but for this particular tutorial we are doing it in the aquas that Kelly suggested to make it look like shimmering, moving water. Now clearly I'm just doing this quite quickly for the purposes of time on this demonstration, but you'll probably take a lot more time to do yours and a lot more care and attention. Not that it is a difficult or particularly skilled tutorial to do, anybody can do this, so don't be scared, and it does have a very effective finished result. And that's what I like, as you know, with my tutorials, for it to be very quick and easy. Anyone can do it, but the result is really, really effective and stands out. Okay, so we have just finished this set of blobs. Now what I normally do when I've been practicing this is just go back in with that central colour, the cobalt turquoise, and just darken it a little bit, because sometimes the lighter colours can dull or bleach the darker ones when you've been going over them. So that's what I do, I just fill that in. And if you wanted, you can sort of go step by step again and blend it a little bit. If you've done it too harshly, it's totally up to you how you think your piece is turning out and if it needs any tweaking. So that is the basic technique. Now Kelly also advises if you want to do the insides or the in-betweens of each blob, you can do that as well. Now I think it looks quite nice as it is on its own. If you can imagine this whole thing covered, or even the background of a page covered like Kelly's page, it's really, really effective whether you colour the insides or not. But if you do want to, this is what Kelly suggests. You take your light green again, your PC920, and you do quite a light pressure in between all of those blobs. Now because you started off with this colour on the outlines, you have to go straight up to each edge of the blob and then it will blend in. So you're not going to hit anything that's a different colour, if that makes sense. So it's actually a really nice blend that's created on the edges, the borders of the blobs. So once you've done a bit of a medium pressure on that, you can then go in with your PC289, which is grey-green light, and go over the whole lot as a burnisher. So this lightens up the colour a little bit and burnishes out any streaks that you might have done with the previous colour, the light green. And it also just gives it that extra marine twist, bit of a nice aqua green, very light green colour to the centre. But again, if you don't want to do the insides, that is totally up to you. This is just a quick tutorial showing you Kelly's technique so that you can emulate it in your books. Now, if you do, I would absolutely love for you to come over to the community group and show off your finished piece. Kelly, I'm sure, would love to see that as well, being the creator of this tutorial. And that's it. So as you can see, whether you're looking far away or close up, it does look very effective, very like waves that are sort of shimmering and shining. And all I've got left to say is thank you so much to Kelly for posting this in the first place, for then showing us all how to do it step by step on pictures, and also for agreeing to let me film this so that a lot more of you would see it and spread the word. So any questions, do ask in the comments, but do pop over to the community group as well. We'd love to see you. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.